Okay, round 2, qualifying the RSS GT Championship is go. Once again, it is solo qualifying, so everybody will be flipping through each other kind of entertainingly. As Izu has stopped before the final happened though. First car to start a lap will be Sabo. Pretty calm and clean so far. lock up there, misses the apex by quite a margin. Across the line, sets a very respectable 13.4 as his first lap. Could be a pretty good basis for the average of 3 laps that determine the qualifying position, provided beats stay valid. Adamite currently with the second fastest lap, 13.9, over half a second back. Big improvement from Adamite there, down to a 13.5, quicker than Sabo's last lap. Next fastest times are Sumoy and Johnson. Neither of them continuing their stints though. Neither of them with a valid qualifying time yet. Sabo crosses the line this time, it should be the first of the qualifying times. And comes across the line with a 13.5, means a qualifying time of 13.5. Adamite not far behind, average time of 13.8 as he spins out in turn 2. Far behind also abandoning the run. As we also see Smee spinning at the second corner. Definitely a tricky first sector. Very easy to lock up on the transition from the banking to the road course, and then spin at the next corner as the rear gets unsettled too. You do survive that, plenty of banking through turns 3 and 4. Third place currently is Potatohedron, a 14.2 average time. Fastest up so far is a 14 flat. Potatohedron driving the Lister Storm, the only right-hand drive car on the grid, which will be certainly interesting on a road course. Further down the field, currently in 4th is Niami, although he's currently sat in the pits. Does have time for another couple of stints yet, though. Niami sat at a 14.4 near enough. Behind that is Gonzalez, 14.6. Hey, you know, another word for right is correct, and, you know, the correct hand drive. Still not much movement in the qualifying times up front. Have been some pretty good standalone laps from Johnson, who is currently inside Duffy. Duffy meanwhile down on 8th. Not a great call. Although it's only at a 125. Only 6th upwards have actually set reasonable, valid stints. Johnson runs wide at turn 2, and that stint. He's just about have time for another one though. Hello, Oni. It is. And the standings on the left are completely incorrect. It does not quite know how to deal with the hot stink quali. Standings are currently Sabo, Adamike, Datahedron, Samoy, Yami, Gonzalez, Stormtrooper. Everybody below that has not set a reasonable stint yet. Oh, something interesting going on with Vestusi's car there. They do go back to the pits. It certainly is a boundary moment. Has managed to put it on 7th so far, having signed up at the last minute as a wild card for this round, I think. The only Viper at this round, after the other 2 Vipers are not attending. I  think.   I  think.   I think.   I think.   I think.   I think.   I think.   I think.   I think.    I think.    I think.    I think.    I think.   I think.   I think.   I think.   I think. Still not much movement in either the actual standings or the overall fastest laps. Everyone kind of got their runs out the way early on. A very impressive qualifying from Umai. I can put it in 4th. Substantial improvement from 2nd to last in last week's qualifying. As he now takes advantage of the hilarity of solo qualifying and drives backwards around the track. Which, considering I came up with this, I really can't complain. Nick Wu, meanwhile, having continued to improve on their lap times. Down in 9th, though, with other improvements from other people. Or 8th, rather. Sabo having continued to lap. They managed to set 13.2 last lap, which new fastest time so far. No improved qualifying time yet though. Let's see what this lap does. And it is an improvement, 13.488. Improves their qualifying time to a 13.398. Largely unnecessary with Adamike still in 2nd on a 13.875. Just behind that is teammate Potatohedron with a 14.148. And Janssen just behind that with a 184. Pretty close field from 2nd onwards here. That's 2nd to 10th within half a second. 3 cars having not qualified. An impressive qualifying from Ayman, again a substantial improvement on last week's race. They qualified 12th, now managed to get it in 5th. and I cannot bank to pits, which is very helpful. See how that goes, sure. It is certainly going to be an interesting race start. So I am expecting most of the carnage on lap 2 as people approach the first corner at racing speed for the first time. Alright. Light's about to come on. As I still cannot back to it. I might need to do something about that. There we go. Down into T1, and there is one car around already. That is Adamike, I think. I mean, one of the Sidehawk cars. Didn't get too tangled up, though, I think. Not too many cars off. Because I've once again forgotten to turn off the damage indicator on the right. That. Sabo having managed to get out cleanly ahead, and it was Adamike who had spun round in turn 1. Teammate holding it steady in P3 right now. Everybody else having managed to sort themselves out into single file so far. See what people can do with this slipstream around the banking for the first time, as it seems like I meant on the outside there, Hedron. Third, Eric having managed to get the place in turn 8 though. Johnson looking up the inside of Iman and thinking better of it. Definitely a wise move. Everyone else managing to have got through cleanly, it seems. FEG there, bit of a questionable rejoin in front of Pestuska. Well, on the exit rather. Hedron's still holding out in second place, pulling away from Iman behind. And it's another excellent start from Fire Truck, as Duffy has to bail out of the corner to avoid hitting Iman. Fire Truck up to 4th place now, having not even qualified. Johnson, meanwhile, having tired, it seems. Fire truck up the inside of Niemi, who spins round on the bumps. Luckily, ends up going out the way, but there is a pile-up with Gonzalez and Tomsy stop there. That is several cars running themselves wide off the track. Gonzalo's getting caught up in that while his teammate's still out in the lead. Not quite sure what triggered all that incident there. The North Stars Vipers are not racing, but there is Nick Wu having signed up for this race in the Viper. I can get up to 5th with all the carnage. Fire Truck having got caught up in that stuff, now back down to 8th. Looks like Pterodahedron and Iment are dropping back from Sabo. As Fire Truck has spun round with Stormtrooper off at turn 2. Is a 3rd and 4th car there as well. It's much the same faces as we saw last lap. Stormtrooper spins around again. In terms of tyre choices, Fire Truck the only car to start on the soft tyres here. Is definitely going to hurt at the end of the race. Goes out to the inside of RTG into the oval, who almost comes down and clips the wall. Hopefully that's not going to cause problems for the cars behind. I think we're settling down to 6th place now as Adamite works his way back up through the field after that one, turn 1. Felipe Gonzalez now looking to get past ETV. He runs a bit wide in the exit of turn 6 there. Gonzalez running even wider through the exit of 7 though. Which is going to look for a move up into turn 8. Heavy braking zone for that happen. Does manage to put it up the inside, just about given the room by Etty. Side by sides with the hairpin has let Gonzalez get back onto the back of them though. Etty once again runs wide round the oval. Gonzalez puts it in the gap, given the room. Etty sends it round the outside into T1 and runs wide, way too fast into the corner. Susa meanwhile runs wide himself, and lets Gonzalez through. Back up front. Sabo continuing to pull away from Pterodahedron. The onboard here doesn't really do it justice just how much they're fighting the car to get it stopped for turn 2 though. Adamike in the meantime, having dropped back behind Wu, is going to sit right on him through turns 6 and 7 though. There's a late look up the inside. Wu moves out of self-preservation. Bit of oversteer on the exit means Adamike's not going to manage to stay alongside though. They try a much higher entry to the oval. See what he can do through the middle. He's going to have a pretty good run on Wu into turn 1 here. And it's pretty cleanly ahead by the apex. Does get that place. See if Wu can keep up with Adamike now. Definitely a track where the Viper should be quite strong, with it being quite focused on straight line speed. Does look like he isn't going to be able to keep up though. Remy meanwhile possibly closing in from behind. Yemi doing a much better job of showing just how much they're fighting the car into turn 2, as Duffy loses 2 places there, having run wide himself. If Yemi can get a reasonable run, make a move into turn 6, does pull out to the inside. Not going to manage to outbrake Duffy though. Duffy, for some reason, not showing on the standings there. Yemi pulls out to the inside, turn 1. Duffy is going to back out and let him through, the safe thing to do. Going to stay right on him though. Just having to back off a bit at the apex of turn 4 there. That is another DNF, that is fire truck out. As Wu makes a mistake, runs wide the entrance of P7. Drops back behind Niemi now. Up front, Sabo still opening that gap to Potato Hedron and Iman behind. Potato Hedron also pulling a substantial gap from Iman. Who seems to be falling back behind the Emmy now. As up front we see Tomoy and Imet battling it out for the last spot on the podium. They go side by side into the oval now. Tomoy going to take a much higher entrance, see if he can get a reasonable run onto the start-finish straight. Does seem to be working, pulls out to the outside. Imet comes across and they both end up in the wall. Hopefully they're going to stay out the way of the cars coming through behind. Mike does make it through cleanly. So we're now going to continue to battle it out as Imet spins off. Presumably on the melted tyres from the start-finish line incident. He's going to hand the podium spot to Adamike. Yemi now also closing in on the back of Somoy, who will also be on melted tyres. Those incidents have tightened up the top of the mid-pack here, giving Potato Hedron a healthy 14-second lead over his teammate Adamite. Yemi still sat on the back of Somoy. Breaking a little bit late, a little bit deep there, but getting a better run out than the Emmy. Imet and Tomsy possibly coming together there. There's some changes in places there as down the start-finish line, the Emmy has managed to get past Somoy but almost loses it on the outside. Somoy takes that opportunity and puts it back up the inside. Certainly brave. He's going to allow Duffy, who's now in front of Wu, catch back up with those two. Podium looking definitely out of reach though. You're gonna have a look around the outside of Samoy here. I am not sure what happened to Storm. His internet was also being a bit spicy earlier, so possibly related to that. Niemi is going to send it round the outside into turn 6. Gets past Samoy. These two still pulling away from Wu and Duffy, Wu having managed to get back past Duffy now. I meant having held on to that podium spot for a while, just hanging out in P8 now. Looking back from Tomsy, who we possibly had a coming together with earlier. Samoy running very wide at the entrance to P2 though, somehow keeping it under control. Possibly cost him chunk of time though, as Wu is now right on his diffuser. Bit of oversteer through turn 7. My runs wide at turn 8. That going to give Wu enough to try and get close through the banking. Doesn't look like it. Gap definitely coming down into turn 1. Extends again as Samoy breaks later though. Back up front, Sabo now about 10 seconds clear of Potato Hedron. Potato Hedron's teammate Adamite meanwhile having closed down about 2 seconds. That gap. And continuing to extend the gap to the cars behind with all their fighting going on. Oh, and Mike loses the rear in turn 6. Holds it though. Massive oversteer through turn 7 as well. Immediately drop that gap back closer to 14 seconds again. Not that it particularly matters with about a minute to go. Everyone's starting what should be their penultimate lap now. And I'm like still fighting oversteer on entry and at the apex there thanks to the curb. Get behind only about 5 seconds, can't afford to make much of a mistake beyond that. Further back, Wu having dropped back from Demi. Duffy's still set behind him though. Hanging out at about a second and a half. A bit closer if Wu runs wide like that. Sabo starting the final lap up in the lead. His teammate Gonzalez meanwhile down in 9th. Not a great race with all the incidents early on. Coming through the final few corners now. So we're going to take a uncontested win, a lead of 12 seconds there. Potato brings it across in second, followed quite far behind by his teammate Adamite. Down the field though there is Gonzalez. I think I'm going to overtake him by Iman. Who brushes the wall. Gonzalez not going to be close enough to do anything as they take the checkered flag now. In 8th and 9th place is Pastuska and Etty bringing up the rear in 10th and 11th. As Etty gives up without actually crossing the finish line. Or possibly he did, but a lap down, okay. So that is Sabo from Potato Adamike, Yemi in 4th, Wu, Duffy, Samoy, and Zayu with his teammate having retired early on, 8th. Iman and Gonzalez rounding out the top 10. Getting ready for the start of the reverse grid race. Now it is top 8 reverse, so it is Deu on pole. Someone lining up alongside him. About 30 seconds until green now. Gonna have a bit of a cleaner race start than last race. As I continue to try and get back to pits. That is Tomsy not getting a great start. Someone is going to send it up the inside. That is Off safely ends up crashed on the inside. Everyone else managing to get through cleanly. Someone and Tomsy up front still side by side. Who now managed to send it around the outside of Tomsy. Up into second place. Further back, that is Potato alongside Miami at the inside for turn 6. Suzuka also going to try and take advantage of that and put up the inside, but has to back out. Looks like once again everyone has managed to get themselves into a reasonable single file. This one goes a little bit deep. Dallas hooking onto the rear of him there. Whether Gonzalez can get past him with the slipstream, have a bit of a better race than last time. Doesn't seem like it. But that is Adamike looking at the inside of Tomsy, who runs off wide. Adamike also hitting the back of Wu there, who was slow on the entry to T2. Rejoins alongside Potato Hedron. Here's Adamike with a dreadful race start once again. Is now looking at the inside of Etty. Gonna lose a bit of time hitting that curve too much though. Back up front, that is Fire Truck, having once again had an amazing start up into third place from last on the grid. Miami is going to be challenging that though. Goes up high around the oval, cuts back down to get the run, takes the inside, and be pretty cleanly ahead by turn 1. and does manage to safely get stopped as Predahedron has to dive off to the inside, somehow misses fire truck and Niemi there, slotting around between them. Still off the track there, as it is Gonzalez off as well. Fire truck once again having started... Oh, actually having started on the medium tyres this time. Presumably by accident. Now with the far superior straight line speed of the Viper, breezes past fire truck. Fire truck seems to have got a better run around the oval though. Gonna stay on him. Tries to look up the inside for T2, not gonna be close enough. See whether he can do anything through 3 and 4. Leap into T6. Wood. Not a great exit though. Yeah, it does look like Wu is going to be able to pull away here. See whether he can catch up with Niemi for the podium as Savo closes in on Sumo now. Sabo actually not closing in on Sumo now. He dropped back a bit this lap. Further back now, Pastuska closing in on Fire Truck. Adamite closing in on him though. Adamite once again having to perform a recovery drive. Right on the back of Pastuska into T2. Bring up the rear of the field. Predahedron and Gonzalez also trying to recover from race start shenanigans. Etty up the outside for turn 8. They'll let Predahedron through pretty much uncontested. Gonzalez going to try and find the gap as well as Etty tries to close it. They do make contact, but Gonzalez is going to let Eddie stay ahead. Adamite, meanwhile, having got past Pashuska, who is going to bin it into T2, holds it somehow. They come round into T3. Impressive save there. Adamite closing in on Fire Truck, who brakes a lot earlier than Adamite. Adamite seems to brake a little bit late. Just barely clips the back of Fire Truck. That's slipstream and straight line speed, allowing Adamite to pretty much breeze past down the start-finish straight, I think, but Fire Truck does go defensive onto the inside. Once again, backs out for T1, takes the safe option. Adamite still fighting the car on turn-in though, same problems from last race, despite the fretted tyres. Fire Truck's then going to send it around the outside at turn 4. Managed to get the place back. Inside for turn 6. Continues to hold the place. Adamite round the outside at the hairpin. Try and get a cutback. Does get a much better run out as Fire Truck gets a bit of oversteer as well. See what Fire Truck can do with the slipstream. Not all that much. Behind them, Duffy and Pastuska battling it out for P7. See what Duffy can do with the slipstream. Not that much. Seems the 575 still has the advantage in a straight line. Duffy definitely reeling him in through the corners though. This seems that he can't get close enough to actually make a move. Up front, Sabo takes it up the inside in turn 8, but Samoy is going to hold it. Sabo looking on the outside at the oval. Cuts back down, should give him a bit of straight line speed, dives to the inside. They're going to make contact and somehow both survive as Samoy tries to squeeze him. Now runs himself off the track and just about manages to get it stopped for turn 2. Now gonna have to focus on holding off Niemi from behind. Assuming Niemi can catch him. Duffy having got past Pastuka in the meantime. Definitely closing in on Fire Truck though. Oh, as Patuska runs wide into turn 2, spins around between turn 2 and 3. Stop on the inside there. That Potato Agent passed as well. A substantial gap to Gonzalez behind. And leave him in 10th place. And leave Duffy on his own to attack Fire Truck. And it seems he does not need attacking as Fire Truck runs himself wide at turn 8. Hopefully not missing a track checkpoint there. Time will tell. And he does pull off onto the apron now. And retires on the start-finish straight. Adamite now on the back of Wu. Once again, Adamite having pulled off an impressive recovery drive. Adamite pulls out to the inside of T1 and Wu backs out, takes a safe option. Not going to try and fight that around the outside. Adamite runs a bit wide through the exit of T2 though, that's going to allow Wu back up the inside as he loses the rear. Pushes Adamite off at turn 3. Adamite probably not going to be happy with that one as he's now got a 2.5 second gap to close back in. Now at 4.5 seconds off being able to get back up to the podium. Bravo continuing to set fast laps as Pastuska loses the rear at the apex of turn 8 and lets Gonzalez back through. Oh! As Pachuska runs very deep into T2, just clips the back of Gonzalez, who reverses back onto the track. Bold move. Luckily the gap to Etty behind quite large. Pachuska does let Gonzalez back through. Adamek now once again closing onto the back of Wu, hopefully managed to get past cleanly this time. Pachuska and Gonzalez once again battling for 9th place here. And of course, just as I cut away, Adamek manages to get past Wu. Like he's going to breeze away uncontested now. Adamek still fighting rear of the car, it seems. But on the field, Zeu possibly closing on Duffy. Definitely seems to have better straight line speed, despite the fact they're in the same car. So definitely closer than last lap, about 0.2 closer. Now firmly in the slipstream, see what he can do. Dodahedron in the background also closing on these two. So continues to reel Duffy in now. Let that gap open up into turn 1 and 2. Duffy managing to open that gap back up again a bit. They're now having dropped back to about a second. Sabo crosses the line to take the win. Pretty much uncontested from the halfway point there. That is near me doing some interesting stuff. Line in second there. So taking 7th place there, not managing to get onto the back of Duffy once again. Dodahedron also not quite having the time to catch up with those two. Gonzalez, as with race 1, not having a particularly great race. Certainly not as good as his teammate. He does cross the line in 9th place, and Etty rounds out the... well, not quite. Etty comes across in 10th, not quite sure where Pistuska finished there, but we'll find out. Pistuska, yep, having finished a lap down on field there, in 11th place. So once again, it is Sabo taking the victory. Impressive reverse grid win. Once again, pretty much uncontested once he got out front. See if anyone else can catch him later on in the series once the success ballast starts to take effect. Hopefully. But we'll find out next week at Interlagos, as it is now the 1-hour races rather than the 2 25-minute races for the rest of the series. That is that until next week.